Welcome to our home in the Starland neighborhood of Savannah. This house was built in 1899. The family that stayed in the house the longest was the Aberharts. Gustav and Eliza Aberhart moved in 1904. Gustav is listed as a ship pilot or captain. Mrs. Aberhart lived past Mr. Aberhart and stayed in the home into World War I. When she died. And then the house became a bit of a boarding house. Lots of people were coming in and out and listed in the house. It was vacant for several years. And then a couple named Neil and Raymond bought the house in 2004 and completely restored it back to its original layout, original state, using historic colors, historic features. And Neil worked for the port, and so he traveled all over the world and was able to collect a lot of vintage items that he then could ship back for free, including these gorgeous front doors. These front doors are from Argentina. And I actually call this the House of Doors because there are 42 doors in the house from all over the country. So let's go ahead and go inside. These doors have beautiful windows that open up. So when it's beautiful outside, nice weather, you can have a breeze come through. And the breeze goes right up into these chandeliers and makes them sound like chimes. So this house, here you go, get a better view, has a lot of interesting features, as I mentioned. They restored the pocket doors, fireplaces. It has a lot of chandeliers. It's a little bit like Versailles in here sometimes. There are even chandeliers in the bathrooms. But there are also a lot of features that as I mentioned, that Neil had brought from around the world. These windows over here are from an apartment building up in Chicago from the early 1900s. This piece right here, when they first moved into this neighborhood to restore this house, a lot of the houses in the neighborhood had either burned down, become so dilapidated they'd been torn down, or they were just abandoned. And in one of the abandoned houses, they found this piece and decided to abscond with it. And it is now here on the stairwell. Now we will finish the tour at this stairwell because I do have a ghost story, a couple of ghost stories that I will be telling you as we move along. Don't worry, all friendly, including a ghost cat. So as we move forward, we also get a lot of questions about our artwork. These three pieces right here are by an artist named Michael Banks. He is a local Georgia artist from outside the Atlanta area, folk artist. And he uses a lot of texture. He scrapes words into the paintings, so he has a very distinctive style with his faces. Okay. Little practical item. Here under the stairs, we have a closet that is a storage closet. It has a light switch, excuse me, all the way around. You gotta reach around this side. And then it has extra supplies, cleaning supplies, things you might need while you're here. Here we are coming into the kitchen. These doors that we're walking through right now are from China. They also have the feature of the glass windows that you can open up. And here's the kitchen. These tall doors that you see throughout the kitchen, those are from a train station up in Pennsylvania. There we go. A couple of practical items to let you know. This island, underneath the ledge, all the way around the island, there are electrical outlets. So if you want to plug in a coffee maker or a blender, you can do that and set it up on the island. Go. Go ahead, stove. Coming through here. And then in the island on this side, this is where your dishwasher is. As you open drawers, you'll find all the supplies you would need, including trash bags, all of those things. Now, Neil and Raymond did most of the renovations to this house, but we can take credit for the yard. So as we go out this door, you will see a beautiful sitting area, as well as the pool, hot tub, fire pit, everything you would need for a lovely outdoor time. Please just be mindful, our neighbor over here, Miss Lorraine, she's a wonderful neighbor, but her bedroom window is right there. So in the evenings, she obviously would prefer that it be quiet. It needs to be quiet. The noise ordinance is at 10 o'clock, but we would love if you could be inside by 9:30, just to be on the safe side so she can sleep and not be bothered, so she can go to work in the morning. Perfect. And all of the instructions on how to use the hot tub and the fire pit are going to be right here when you come. Our one request while you stay would be to water the plants once a week. That would be amazing. And we do have plants throughout the house and on every single porch, so including out here by the pool. There's one little plant. And then as we go through here, I'll show you some other ones. They're on the mantles as well. So this room is the dining room, another chandelier. These stained glass windows are from a church. There were also 2 additional panels that they gave to our neighbor Lorraine that she put into her house when she was living across the street. Here we go. You will notice throughout the house I have several barrister bookcases, as well as a collection of vintage books, rare books. My father was a big reader and collector of books, and I inherited his collection. You are welcome to read any of them. In terms of the artwork, the 3 main pieces in this room are by an artist named Aaron Hecklenberg. Again, he is a local artist from Georgia, again from up near the Atlanta area. He and his wife inherited a farm property that had several sharecropping and outbuildings that were dilapidated, but he saved all of the wood to make these frames and the backgrounds. And then he also took papers. So I'll show you one of his original ones that we bought. In the sheds, he found all of these cookbooks and hymnals that he put in the background, and then he would paint and carve. And these are pictures of people that are neighbors of his, have different farms nearby. But I asked him when my father passed away if he would do a custom piece for my father. So this one's of my dad. It's a picture of him out on our prairie where I grew up. And in the background, it has newspaper articles and poems he wrote, and his favorite hymns, all those things. So they're very cool pieces. So that's Aaron Hecklenberg. So this is the dining room. And then this door leads to the wraparound porch that we saw up front. You will note there is a little community cat feeding station right here. We have a few community cats who are very friendly and sweet, and they come and eat here. You don't have to do anything with this, just leave it. But keep in mind, if you do have a dog that you're bringing, please don't have them come out here and eat all the food. You'll also notice some more plants there on the porch. Perfect. This is the television room. This painting is by a local woman named Kimberly Crowder. That piece right there is actually by me. It's one of my students with a quote from The Scarlet Ladder. Over here, this is a piece by Mary Proctor, who is a well-known folk artist, and it's from Plant City, Florida, and that's where my husband and I met, so it meant something to us. Here's the television, another fireplace. And above the fireplace, that is a painting of my dad that was done by a local graffiti artist. His name is Panhandle Slim, and he became well known in the area for doing art pieces like this, where he would take a famous person and a quote from them, put the painting on the side of an abandoned building, and then he got such a following that he now puts it on pieces of plywood or doors, and he'll do little pop-up sales. You can find him on Instagram. But I asked him if he would do a custom piece of my dad when my dad died, and he did. My dad was a minister, and he was often quoted in the paper and whatever, so he took one of his quotes and he made it into a nice painting. So I love that. And then that is a painting of one of our dogs who passed away. And our dog sitter was very kind. Her daughter went to SCAD and had her daughter paint a painting of our sweet dog, Peyton. And here, there's the front door. This is the main front room, living room. There are some covers. If you have a dog, you can put them on the furniture. That is a working fireplace. It's a gas fireplace. And on the mantle are the instructions as well as the remote control. Nice little reading nook. More pocket doors that work. And a record station where you can play some vinyl and relax in front of the fireplace. Here you go, and of course, a few more plants. Sorry about that. Okay, so then we're gonna keep going to the back section. So here's our kitchen again. If you go through the kitchen, oh, I forgot to show you in the kitchen, there is a dog feeding station. So it's got a food bowl, water bowl, you can have storage in there to keep all the food, and we left you a nice, well, we'll leave you some treats for the puppy, if you bring a puppy. Coming through the kitchen, there is another bathroom for the first floor. I love this bathroom. Clawfoot tub, and it has one of my favorite doors. We actually have two of these. These are from France, and they have beautiful etching on the glass, which I love. Something to keep in mind for this bathroom, just as a practical measure, the light switch is on the outside of the door. Here we go. Coming back here, this is my husband's copier if you need it, and his shredder. Then we have the downstairs bedroom, call it the coastal bedroom, in here. And it has a couple of drawings. These are hand drawn in pastels by a local artist named Jill Brower. They're really beautiful. And you have a little armoire in here. And then here's the matching French door. And then this piece is by an artist in New Orleans who does fabric art. And her name is Chris Antio. It's hard to see with the glare. And then this is a designated office space. If you request an office space, we'll have this prepared for you that you can use. Some more plants, some more gorgeous doors. And those go out to another little back porch, but it's not a porch you can really use. It goes out to a storage shed. And then go up these back stairs. There is a wine fridge and glasses there. Here is another little back porch that is just over top of our HVAC system. As we go up these stairs, you'll see another beautiful stained glass window. The top of the stairs to the left, this is a little half bath. built-in mirror. This is my husband's office. It'll be locked off. And this is another bedroom. We're from Chicago, so it has a little bit of a Chicago theme, Chicago map, some hand-drawn Chicago prints. Yeah. Fireplace. And this is a painting by Joanne Burglar from Australia. She draws very realistic, or not draws, paints very realistic paintings. Another plant. And then here you have a walk-in closet. There we go. Now at this point I do need to tell you one of our ghost stories. So when we moved into the house, we asked Neil and Raymond, I said, "Oh, are there any ghosts in the house?" And Neil said, "Oh, I didn't know if you were into that, but yes, there are two women. One that he said he saw in this room, and one that he said he saw in the doorway of my husband's office." He said they didn't seem to really like each other. There was a weird sense that they didn't like each other, but that they knew each other. But they seemed friendly enough that they weren't causing any problems. And I thought, okay. As I'm telling this story, here is the bathroom with another clawfoot tub. So then, come around here so you can see it. There you go. So then we had a friend of mine came to house sit, and she stayed in this room. And when we got back, she told me that she had seen two women, one in this doorway and one in Craig's office. She had not heard the other story. I had not told her. She told me the same thing, that they seemed to know each other, but didn't seem to really like each other. And she said, but they didn't bother her. Okay, well then we had a third person. Our dog sitter came and stayed and watched the house and took care of the dog. She said she actually went across the street to one of our neighbors and asked them if there were any ghosts in the house, and said that she had seen a woman standing at the top of this stairway, and that there had been another woman standing in this doorway, but that they were wearing old-timey sort of early 1900s clothing. And then when she turned and looked away, they disappeared. So we've had three separate people who do not know each other and did not know the story tell us the exact same thing. So apparently there are two women in the house. We've never seen them. There's never been anything negative that's happened. But apparently that's what we've got. Now, something I do want to say about the house. It is an old Victorian house, and it is not designed for small children or animals. There are a lot of places where somebody could fall off something. So we have blocked this off. This piece right here was taken from a bank in New Orleans after Katrina hit, Hurricane Katrina. So it's a cool piece, but as you can see at the bottom, there are some openings. And so we've put a dog gate here. So please just be mindful of that if you have a small pet that's here or a child that's here, just please be careful up here. Okay, and this leads to the laundry room. And as you can see, more doors. This door is from a pub in Ireland. Here we go. These doors have the original lead glass. This is for the laundry room. These are the doors for the laundry room. Right there. Okay. But if you go this way, this will lead you into what was formerly a bedroom with another fireplace, but we turned it into a walk-in closet and exercise room. So you would have all this space for your items. Because originally, this area was the closet for this room, and this little area was the closet for the primary bedroom. And I have a lot of shoes, so that wasn't gonna work. So now you get a walk-in bedroom. or a walk-in closet. Here is the primary bedroom. You can walk in here. Nice little reading nook, another fireplace, more books. There we go. And this is by Carol Bennett. She does watercolors and artwork. She's from Hawaii. It's the bedroom, the bed. And this painting is by a local artist named Bellamy. She is actually known for her landscape pieces that are marsh landscapes, and they're gorgeous, but we fell in love with this oyster piece that she did. And then one of my favorite spots, this door leads to my outdoor reading porch. And it's like being in a tree house. It is gorgeous. But as you can see, also a few more plants to water. So I appreciate that. And then here is the master bathroom. Right here, another chandelier, the shower, the sink area. And we'll go back through. And I will tell you the ghost cat story as we finish up. So, a guy named Bill helped do a lot of the renovations for this house for Neil and Raymond. And so when we bought the house and we needed something fixed or redone, he would come and do things for our house. And one day he said, "Did Neil and Raymond tell you about Ghost Cat?" And I said, "No, they did not." And he said that when he was redoing these front stairs, he took a couple of pictures to send to Neil and Raymond to show them the finished work. When he took the pictures from this spot, in the picture you can see Neil and Raymond's dog, which was this huge, I forget what it's called, some sort of water dog. And that's significant because this dog that was in the bottom of the picture hates cats. He had killed one of their cats, or he had killed their only cat. So he takes the pictures, Bill takes the pictures, and when he looks at the pictures, when he's taking the pictures, it's just like this. Nothing's there except for the dog at the bottom. But when you look at the pictures after he took them, there's the first picture shows this spot right here, a cat. You see half of the cat, it's jumping through the wall. It's kind of blurry, but it's a cat jumping through the wall. And in the second picture, the cat is sitting on that step right above the dog. Now, if you just saw these pictures, you'd be like, it's a picture of a cat. Well, who cares? But if you know this house and you know that dog and you know Bill's not somebody who lies. He didn't put these pictures up on the internet. He's not giving ghost tours. He just thought it was interesting. But you can see there's no place for a cat to jump off of. I mean, this trim is not deep enough for it to jump off. So a cat's jumping through and then it's sitting there. And if you know the dog would not just be laying at the bottom of the stairs while a cat is a few feet away. So we have a ghost cat and we have pictures of it. And if you need to see the pictures, we will absolutely send them to you. So that concludes our tour of the home. If you have any questions, you need anything, you can't find something in the house, please let us know and we will answer your questions. All right, thanks, bye.